Again, YouTubers. Actually doing it from behind the phone this time. Here is the finished Losi Micro SCT. So, I'm going to go over everything that went on this, and the cost, I will go ahead and say right now. $180, I believe it was, for the vehicle itself. $281 in upgrades. First upgrade was this chassis. I have a second one because I'm doing the same thing with this, the truggy. So put in the chassis, then I got the arms. The chassis $64.99, then I got the arms. I can't remember how much they were. Then I got the aluminum spindles, carriers, hubs all around. The dirt modelers, faux bead locks are not real. I run the Turnigy 180 milliamp hour 3S. The spur I'm running actually is not meant for this vehicle. It is the Micro T spur. I just bored out the center hole so I could have a smaller spur. I have some extra pinions. Like that one got chewed up because, I modded the heck out of this one. Like you can see, it's eating up some. The motor mount, I modeled it so I could set the mesh. I even had to mod it. You can see down in there at the drive shaft, the central shaft, where I cut. Because I had to slide it so far over because that's a 50 tooth spur. The smallest for these is a 54 tooth. Stock ESC still. A Blade 130X motor. I absolutely love those motors. I'll never use a Accelerin or a Dynamite Taser again. The torque that comes out of these is just insane, but that also worries me because of the diffs. They're plastic. But thankfully, I'm having a machinist machine for $300. Diff cases and diffs for front and rear for $300. Changed out the battery connector to JST, 2mm bullet connectors for the motor, a delete switch, on-off switch delete. All the parts are hot racing. The drag link, everything. I wish the adjustable steering links are still available from 3 Racing, but they're not. I'm going to figure out something with that because I really want something adjustable. I don't like these that bend and then throw off your steering, and then you got to set your trim and then until you get it back to you, and then they're just annoying personally to me. And the plastic ones weren't long enough because these arms are the extended ones, and you can see that is metal. Okay, the alloy nuts from Kyosho Mini Z. Losi shock towers, which the blue actually matched quite well to everything else. I was trying to stay with blue and silver, but up front I'm running silver shocks, which are medium, and blue in the rear, which are soft. That's how I actually used to win races running racing short course trucks. The only part I need is the alloy front bumper mount. But yeah, still the stock ESC, and you can see I need to clean up those connections right there because those can short out real easily. I did them quickly so I could get it running. But everything's hot racing chassis, hot racing extended, basically widened arms, and that gives you new dog bones, which lengthens them, makes it wider. And with this HCG chassis, I can't get it to flip over. This motor helps. I will say that motor right there has a lot of power. I have 10 through 13 tooth pinions that came from the toys. I also have 14 through 17 tooth pinions coming from the toys as well. I'm going for speed. I have another one. I've shown it in the past. It's not this style chassis. It's the metal one. But I'm going to be going for a speed run. See how fast I can get a micro to go. But I believe that's... I mean, I know there's more parts on here that I'm forgetting. Because I remember when I actually listed them in my group. I mean, this thing is so much heavier than this thing. I mean, not so much, but I mean, it's heavier. You gotta realize you're putting on a lot of metal. I mean, there's nothing plastic. The only stock parts on this is the bumpers, the cases, and diffs, and the central drive shaft. Oh yeah, and the servo. And ESC. But the chassis overall, and the suspension, all that stuff, the shock towers, nothing's losi. The main components are no longer losi. And soon I will be removing this ESC, putting in a Spectrum mini receiver, and a Castle micro sidewinder 3. So I won't have to worry about the temps as much, and I really don't like this being wrapped like that. I can't get to things as... It's just a pain in the butt, and honestly, that's ugly. I usually don't run this with the body. That's why there's no body clips on it. I think it's beautiful the way it is. I wish I can get I could probably take all of the stuff off the body and run with a clear body. That's what I want to do. But yeah, it takes a lot to get them to this point, because I mean, not only does the money come into play, but the hours and hours and hours of work. There's probably at least 24 hours worth of work into this little guy. And it's really fun. I mean, if you have steady enough hands and you can focus on something for long enough and you can see all the tiny screws, these are awesome little vehicles. Especially with what they can do. Next vehicle that I'll be buying is a Charisma Rally. I personally like the on-roads. They have a buggy and stuff. I'll eventually get a buggy, but after this video is over, I have this exact same chassis that's on here. Gonna do it to the truggy. Gonna put arms on it. I'm not gonna go 100% out like I did with this one, because the truggy is rarer. I also have a brushless high roller, and that thing scoots. Now that I got all the programming card, that thing will really move out. But yeah, that's them. Like usual, thanks for watching. Peace.